Hi everybody and welcome back to Workouts with Gym Fit. I'm so excited that you have joined me today. Let's get straight into this workout. What I would like you to do is bring your feet about shoulder width apart, and what we're going to do is come down into a low squat. Okay, amazing job. What I would like you to do is bring your feet out just slightly wider, and we're going to squat down and then come up onto our toes, making sure we're squeezing those glutes at the bottom and coming up onto our toes. Amazing job. What you're going to do now is come forward into a lunge and then rotate your body into a crunch. Switch to the other leg, rotate to the other side. And again, we're going to be doing this for 15 seconds, alternating the legs. I will let you get comfortable doing this and then we will start the timer. Brilliant job. Now let's come forward with that left leg and we're going to come into a lunge and we're going to pulse up and down for 15 seconds on this side and then switch to the other leg for another 15 seconds. Brilliant job. Now let's switch over to the other leg. Okay, I would like you to come towards the front of your mat. You're now going to extend your right leg back and then your left leg. You've got a slight bend in your knees so you're not standing upright. And we're going to alternate sides and do this for another 15 seconds. Now come to the middle of your mat, and what you're going to do is extend that right leg out to the side and then the left leg, pointing those toes, having a slight bend in your knee. Once again, really engaging that core. We are nice and controlled. We're now going into our standing rotated crunches on that right leg only, bringing that right knee up and then crunching and rotating around. Brilliant job. Now let's switch over to the other leg. We're doing the exact same move now on the left side. Bring your arms up to the temples of your head, and we are now going to bring our elbows to knees, alternating sides, getting a good crunch in at the top. Our standing sequence is now over. I would like you now to come and lay down on your back on your mat, and what you're going to do is come into a glute bridge, and we're going to extend that left leg up into the air, toe pointed, and we're going to glute up and down, glute up and down, squeezing that glute at the top. Let's switch on over to the right leg now. We're doing the exact same move, just on the other side. We're really trying to tone and shape that booty. What I'd like you to do is bring your feet back down, bring your heels in as close to your glutes as you possibly can, come up into a glute bridge, and then open up into a clam at the top. So up and clam and come back down again. Come up into a glute bridge, and we're going to be doing open and shut clams at the top. We're staying lifted off the ground. Our glutes are off the ground the whole entire time. This is really working our glutes and our inner and outer thigh. You have mastered the glutes. We're now going to move on to abs. Bring your legs up into tabletop position, raise your head off the ground, and flutter your arms down by your side. This is called hundreds. Now intertwine your fingers behind your head, and we're going to extend our right leg out, and we're staying in that tabletop position, extending it out, bringing it back to tabletop again, sticking with the right side first. Head is still off the ground. Now switch on over to the other side, the exact same move, nice and controlled. Staying in this position, what we're going to do is bring both legs down from tabletop, tap our toes on the ground, bring them back up into tabletop, tap to the ground, back up into tabletop. We are still keeping our head off the ground. This takes a lot of concentration, but you're really working those abs. We are finishing off this full body workout with some side work. What I would like you to do is raise your hip off the ground. You're going to raise your top arm into the air, leg up into the air, the bottom leg slightly bent underneath you. You can bring your hip down if you want to, but I'm keeping mine raised. And you are holding. Ooh, I know that one hurts. Okay, bring your knees back together. Keeping that arm raised up in the air, you're then going to bring it underneath you. We are threading the needle, really engaging that core, keeping the hip off the ground. If you can't keep the hip off the ground, bring it down onto the mat. Okay, we are nearly there. Let's switch on over to the other side. We're doing the exact same sequence, bringing that hip off the ground, bringing that arm up into the air, the upper leg, holding that in that position, leg underneath us is slightly bent. Okay, time to thread the needle again, keeping that hip off the ground, and we're threading through. Once again, if you can't keep your hip off the ground, just put it back down onto the ground. You can still do the same move. Okay, I wasn't going to do this, but I have put a finisher into this workout. So if you want that little bit of extra ab burn, we're going to get straight into it right now. Come into a seated position. So in your seated position, lean back slightly, have your hands slightly behind you, resting on the ground. And we're going to extend our legs out, alternating sides, really working that core. This is the very last move for the finisher. What you're going to do is stay in this position, but you're going to extend both legs out in front of you and you are holding. Keep holding, squeeze those abs. You have got this. I was trembling at this point. Guys, thank you so much for joining me and well done. You have finished today's workout. I will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It means the